Arch pass is complete to number 8, Ashton Warney. That will bring up 4th down for the Cossacks. 4th and about 4. Brian Hart keeps to himself. He's brought down by number 6, Aiden Hernandez, and number 10, Austin Fisher. That's a Sioux Valley. 1st and 10 Cossacks from the Cavalier 25-yard line.
So as we come on the air here with Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network, Sioux Valley got the ball first, and they're currently driving it down the field against Aberdeen Roncalli here in the first game of the season. It's going to be QB keeper from Wyatt Hart all the way up the middle, in there for a Cossack touchdown.
Wyatt Hart with a 25-yard touchdown run.
The run on first down puts the Cossacks up by 6. They lead it 6-0 against Aberdeen Roncalli. 9:19 left to go in the first quarter here in game number 1 on the season. Braden Byers here with you on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. I believe we are live both on the Brookings Radio Sports YouTube channel, KBRK FM 93.7 in the Brookings area, as well as the Sioux Valley High School YouTube page. So the Cossacks are going to go for 2 here. A snap to Hardy is going to try and end around, is going to get to the outside of the defense and waltz in for the 2-point conversion. It's 8-0 here early. 9 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the first quarter. And the Cossacks up early in their home opener. We'll go ahead and step aside here for our first quick break. We'll be back here in 30 seconds. You're listening to Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. And we welcome you back here to Cossack Field. Sioux Valley taking the early lead, 8-0, 9 minutes, 19 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Sioux Valley set to kick it off. Wyatt Nelson has it teed up from the Sioux Valley 40, and he will boot it away here for the first time today. Sioux Valley scoring on their first drive. So that's a kick down the field. It's going to trail right out of bounds. So a few more yards are going to be tacked on after that one. We will see where Aberdeen Roncalli sets up here for their first drive of this football game. Eight to nothing, Sioux Valley leading after going down and scoring on that first drive. And Aberdeen Roncalli, the Cavaliers in their white uniforms, white jerseys, white pants, green accents throughout, along with green numbers trimmed in yellow, along with the yellow helmets. They're going to be moving right to left as we see it here again, their first offensive drive of the game. It's going to be a run to the outside by Will Haskell, one of the running backs for this Cavaliers team. He'll get forced out of bounds over to the Cavalier sideline. About a gain of 5, so it will be 2nd and 5. Here's they get the ball set up. We have a good handful of sponsors that allow us to keep these broadcasts going. We want to say thank you to a few of them, like the Sioux Valley School District and Big Sioux Vet on the radio side, and on our YouTube stream, WW Tire and Big Sioux Vet as well. So coming out, a receiver to either side, the snap and the turnaround and handoff straight up the gut for Aberdeen Roncalli. He'll get across the 40-yard line before being wrestled down. We'll call him down at the 46. It's going to be a 3rd down and 4 after the 1-yard rush. So they come out again in that same formation. A couple of receivers also tight on the offensive line. A direct snap to the halfback surprises the Sioux Valley defense. He pushes forward across the 50-yard line. He's brought down at the Cossack 48. Jean-Anthony Thomas, one of the captains of this Aberdeen Roncalli team, a returning starter here, star on offense and defense after Aberdeen Roncalli, an uncharacteristic 1-7 year last year. They're traditionally a good football team, but they were just riddled with injury after injury last season. Were never really able to keep their starters in there. But head coach Billy Young saying that in some ways that helped them develop some of their younger players as they got more playing time last season. Snap to the quarterback, Austin Fisher. He spins around and sends it down the field. It was intended for Ryder Shaving.
Fisher's pass.
That's going to be incomplete on 1st down. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10, again from the Sioux Valley 48 as they crossed midfield just a few plays ago. 7 minutes, 17 seconds remaining in the first, 8-0. Sioux Valley leading by way of an opening drive touchdown. So the offensive huddle breaks. Ball spotted on the right side hash. 2 receivers off to the left. 2 receivers bunched to the right as well. Another snap to Fisher. He spins around, does a complete 360 before handing it off to Ian Kramer. Up the far sideline, past the 40 and down to the 35 before eventually he's met by the Cossack defense. That's exactly where they'll call him down, but it will be a 1st down for Aberdeen Roncalli as they continue this drive here in the first quarter. So 1st and 10 set up for the Cavaliers from the Sioux Valley 35. One player in the backfield with the quarterback, Fisher. He spins around, dumps it off on the near side. That's going to be Jean-Anthony Thomas. Caught out in the flat, but the defense is right there to drop him down for a loss of about 2.5. So 2nd down and long coming up for the Cavaliers. Green and yellow. As what started out as a clear sunny day has turned overcast. Some of the clouds start to roll in. Does look like rain inside some of them, but it has not started raining here yet. Jean-Anthony Thomas coming set off to the right side. The snap to Fisher in a handoff here. Going to be to Shaving, and he's going to be met in the backfield again. And it's going to be another loss, if not a yard, just a few inches, but he was met right at the line of scrimmage. And that brings up 3rd down for Aberdeen Roncalli. So the ball's going to be spotted on the near side hash mark, 3rd and long for the Cavaliers to try and dig themselves out of. They're inside Sioux Valley territory with 5.5 minutes remaining in the first, trailing by 8. The snap to Fisher. He rolls over to his right, surveying the field. He tries to send it down the field, and he's got a receiver past the 30-yard line, but it's not enough for the 1st down. Reception made by Shaving as he gets tackled down from behind. So a 3rd and long turns into a 4th and short, and it looks like they are going to go for it here. And an official comes out to the field to talk with one of the officials. They stop play momentarily. Mentioned the skies in the area. Wondering here with 5:03 in the first if there is lightning close enough that they might have to stop this game. Try and pull up the weather app to see. And it does look like indeed they're going to have to stop play momentarily as both the teams head off the field and will head to the locker room.
And an announcement coming.
At least that's what I'm gathering here. There would be no other explanation for it as an official came out onto the field, or at least somebody with the school, to tell one of the officials that we are going to have to stop play for now. I believe the standard rule is, if memory serves correctly, if there's lightning within a certain amount of miles, I believe it might be 10 miles, they have to stop play, I believe, for a 30-minute time interval. That's the rule I've always heard. It's been a while since I've had to deal with an actual lightning delay in this fashion, but if we learn differently, we might be able to come back on and update you. For now, it looks like we're just going to have to send it back to the studio on our radio side, and we're going to keep on playing some of today's hits on B93.7. If we do have an update, we will come back to you and let you know. So definitely, if you are interested in this game, stay tuned to 93.7 FM in the Brookings radio area. Also on the stream, brookingsradio.com, and the iHeartRadio Odyssey app as well for updates as the night rolls on. But we're going to go ahead and send it back to the studio. Thank you, Drew Schnabel and Jordan Miner, for manning things back there. We're going to send it back, and we are going to get back to that music here on B93.7. On the YouTube side, we'll keep the stream up for now and just have some of the advertisements playing intermittently. Thank you for listening to Sioux Valley Football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
enrollment of 750. 1-to-1.
Warm-up period, they took them off to the sidelines and said, okay, it's going to be 8:30 now is when we will resume play. And then after that, they took them completely off the field, brought them back into the school, into the locker room, And as of right now, the latest update is we do not have a time that we are expected to resume this game. And so this is a developing situation here in Volga. Play was stopped originally for probably around about half an hour, maybe 40 minutes. I didn't keep track exactly, but it was stopped originally for a storm cell that came through the area, had some lightning, had some heavy rain for a few brief moments there, and then it has gone by the wayside. The sky is looking beautiful, as it often does after a storm does come through, with the sunset reflecting on the clouds. But there is no rain right now. From what we can see, no lightning in the area, but there was some storm tracker. The official storm tracker lightning tracker that they are going off of has said there is lightning within the restricted area, and we cannot resume play at this time. So once again, we will just go ahead and send it back. We'll start the music once again, and when we have any more updates, we will come back on the air and let you know. Thank you for sticking with us here tonight. Hopefully we will play football at some point, but right now still in a weather delay. Sioux Valley 8-0 with the lead, 5:03 left in the first. Back to the music on B93.7.
4th and 3.
So it looks like we are ready to resume action. Hopefully third time's the charm, to steal a line from our producer Jordan Miner back in the Brookings Radio Sports Studios. Braden Byers along with Mitchell Brew, who's joining me in the booth here today. Just kind of check things out here. And we are back to action. Aberdeen Roncalli is driving. It was a 4th down play, a run up the gut. Sioux Valley signaling it is short, and it is indeed short. So a turnover on downs coming right out of the weather delay. An unfortunate situation, really, for Aberdeen Roncalli. You get it to that 4th down because you started out with a 3rd down and long. You had that pass play that got you down to about 4th and 3, and then have to wait close to an hour possibly to get back out on the field.
Yeah, kind of talk about a momentum kind of killer in that for the Cavaliers. Thank you, Braden, for letting me join you on this call on that. I appreciate it. So kind of first action on 11 on 11 have called for Chester High School, and thank you for having me on here.
Yeah, absolutely. As that's going to be a handoff from Aberdeen Roncalli. A handoff to Ryder Shaving, 5'10" senior, running back and linebacker. He's going to be met and dropped for a loss, so
4:10 left in the first quarter.
2nd down and long as we are back to action here. Sioux Valley leading 8-0 over Aberdeen Roncalli. Game number 1 of the year. So they break out of the huddle here. Receivers wide off to either side and bunched as well to either side. One back in the backfield. Quarterback Fisher.
Oh, he's wide.
Sends it over. And that's going to fall incomplete over the head of the receiver.
And the Cavaliers looked like they had a touchdown there, just out of reach of his intended target.
So after the incomplete pass, 3rd down and 11.
Fisher just a little long on that pass.
3:43 left to go in the first quarter, 8-0. So get a substitution coming in. Now they come out to receivers bunched over to the right. Single receiver left. Ball spotted in between the hash marks. Fisher in shotgun, he'll take the snap. Dropping back, looking over the field, sends it across the seam. The receiver falls down. He was trying to hit, I believe, Aiden Hernandez over the middle. He fell down. There's no laundry on the field, so another incomplete pass sets up 4th down and long.
Yeah, Hernandez kind of picked up his head right away and kind of was looking for a flag, but refs just probably feet just got tangled up in that, and we'll go to a 4th down and 11 now. 4th and long.
3:38 remaining here in the first. Again, receivers out towards either side. Fisher dropping back once again. They're going to throw. He rolls out to his right. The pressure almost too much. He throws it down the field. It was on target, but it got into the arms of the Sioux Valley defender. It's incomplete, and this time it will be a turnover on downs.
Good defense there by the Cossacks. That absolutely glued coverage there on Fisher's intended target and was able to make that pass break up.
So Sioux Valley will take over on downs. Just a reminder, we will have a player of the game tonight. Outlaw Graphics sponsors our player of the game. They'll get a free t-shirt courtesy of Outlaw Graphics for their player of the game after tonight's game. So a handoff here for Sioux Valley. He's going to bounce off of one tackle and try to reverse course. Staying up still is Logan Moan, the senior running back for the Sioux Valley offense. Not much going north, and they're going to say he got maybe half a yard, possibly. It looks like a very minimal gain. Will be 2nd down and still about 9 or 10.
Good job by the Cavaliers to kind of stretch that play out and force a tough possession there for the Cossacks. But looks like they're coming out in a run-heavy formation.
Hart takes the snap, play action. Pass down the middle of the field, right into the arms of the receiver, Ashton Warney, the tight end for Sioux Valley. Just couldn't come down with the grab. He had him on a seam there and aired it out, something that Sioux Valley has done a little bit of the last few years, but they've been primarily a run-heavy team. Tried to get a big gain there and just couldn't connect with the receiver.
Yeah, tough one. I'm sure Hardite would like that one back, or for sure that tight end would, Warren would like that one back.
2:46 remaining in the first, a 3rd down and 10 facing the Cossacks. Now, Hart, quarterback keeper, will run off to the right side and then gets turned back into the middle. Gets tackled after a decent gain there on 3rd down, but it won't be enough for the first. 4th down coming up for Sioux Valley. That gets him up to the 33-yard line. I believe that's going to be a challenge here as the rain kind of washed away some of those hash marks. So guesstimating that it's about at the 33-yard line in Sioux Valley's own territory. As the clock continues to run, they walk up to the line of scrimmage here. They spread it out, 2 receivers left, single receiver right, and a back in the backfield for Hart. Sends the receiver coming in motion, that's Vermeulen. And there's a flag thrown before the play can be snapped. And it's going to be on Aberdeen Roncalli. And that may be enough to give him a 1st down. It is.
Ball start on the Cavaliers.
Got a little jumpy there for the Cavaliers, and works out there for the Cossacks, being able to move those chains again and get a fresh set of downs.
So they didn't even have to run a play to get that 1st down. They advance the ball. The clock does continue to run. $1:45 remaining here in the first. 8-0, Sioux Valley leading. So they'll come out with the set, triple receivers to the left, single receiver right. Hart with the snap, the quarterback keeper up the middle, gets some good yardage there, makes a tackle miss across the 40, and dives forward up to the 45.
Brought down by number 75, Isaac Saylor and company. 2nd down for the Cossacks.
Isaac Saylor on the tackle for Aberdeen Roncalli. It's going to be 2nd down and short. About 2 yards to go to the 1st down marker.
Nice run there for the Cossacks. Really, they almost got blown up in the backfield, but nice block there by Moan to save that from Hart getting hit in the backfield and able to pick up 8 yards.
The snap to Hardy, rolls out towards his right, dumps it off to Warney. He turns up the field past the 50, the 45, and angles out of bounds at the 40. But some yellow flag comes flying out just before he got to that 40-yard line. We'll see what the call is as the officials come together to converse. Use this time to say thanks to a few more of our sponsors, like the Lucky Dog Bar and Grill and South Dakota Soybean Processors, supporters of Sioux Valley football here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Penalties on the Cossacks.
So offensive penalty will back them up from the end of the run, and will put them pretty much right back at the 1st down marker, but it'll still be 2nd down. So under a minute left to play here in the first, the Cossacks with an 8-0 lead. And 2nd down and less than a yard to go. Ball spotted at the 47. Still inside their own territory. Crowd stuck around here on a Friday night. Don't want to miss the first game of the season, regardless of the weather.
Yeah, a lot of delays.
Single receiver to either side. On the 2nd down and inches play, Hart with the snap. Goes off the right side of the offensive line. Good blocking from the guys up front. Gets past the 50 down to the 40s. Finally wrestled down as he gets down to the 34-yard line. Plenty enough for a 1st down. They get into Aberdeen Roncalli territory, and Sioux Valley driving once again, already with the lead in hand.
34. Or 33.
Just another fantastic run there by the Cossacks. The blockers are really just pushing Roncalli's D-line up the field, being able to get to that 2nd level.
So they come out, triplets over to the left, single receiver right. Hart fumbles the snap. It goes off of his face mask, and the Aberdeen Roncalli defense is right there to jump on it. The turnover for the Cossacks, and the Cavaliers have the ball back. Can't help but think the wet field might have had something to do with that. It just kind of hit him in the hands. The snap was good. It just kind of honestly slipped through his hands, hit him in the face mask, and he couldn't corral it back.
Truly some unfortunate events there for the Cossacks, and showing the weather's already playing kind of like an effect on the field in that wet field, and that ball gets wet, and that makes it a little slippery, especially if you don't got gloves on.
Not yet out of the first quarter. 25 seconds remain in the frame. It's 8-0 Sioux Valley, and the Cavaliers now have the basketball back. Fisher with the snap for Aberdeen Roncalli. He'll hand it off to the running back, Will Haskell. He's still up as he keeps going east to west, but he's going to be dropped in the backfield for a loss on the play, and that will be second down and looks like 11.
Sioux Valley was all over that. It seemed like they were in their playbook.
And that'll run out the time in the first quarter. 8-0 is the score after one. A little bit of a weather delay. We're deeper into the night than we thought we would be after one, but we will be back here in about 1 minute's time for quarter two action. 8-0 Sioux Valley with the lead. We'll be back here. You're listening to Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Sponsor of the Sioux Valley Cossacks. Carey's Landscaping is the area leader in quality landscaping and irrigation since 1995. With decades of service, years of knowledge, and a growing, educated team, you can count on Carey's Landscaping and Irrigation for all your outdoor projects. From residential and commercial irrigation and landscaping to turf and erosion control and even snow removal, Carey's Landscaping and Irrigation is the name to trust. Call 692-1605 to get a quote today.
Big deals. Looking for more ways to save money? Aren't we all? Jenny here. Shop your local Big Deals online store. You'll find gift certificates to all kinds of local businesses, places where you already shop, restaurants you already love, and great local entertainment. The best part? All of these gift certificates are on sale at discounted prices. Get them for yourself or buy them as a gift. Shop and save. You'll be glad you did.
Shop BR, Brookings Radio Big Deals. Go to brookingsradio.com or download the app and search for Brookings
good blocking all the way around, and got a nice 11-yard gain out there for the Cossacks to move the chains.
So first down and 10 from the Cavalier 48. They come out single receiver to either side, a single back in the backfield. Hart with the snap, the quarterback keeper following his offensive line. He's got a lot of room on the near side, past the 40, up to the 35-30 on the numbers on the near side, down to the 25. A good run for Wyatt Hart. He signals first down, and that's what the Cossacks have, down to the 24.
That's another Cossack.
Just another fantastic run there by the Cossacks, getting to the outside. Seems like they're really trying to attack that outside run and get out in space.
They've got a good deal of weapons, too, in the backfield. I mean, when you have a dual-threat quarterback like that with Wyatt Hart, I mean, he runs more than he passes, but he can hit a ball downfield.
Absolutely.
10 minutes remaining in the first half, 8-0 Sioux Valley. Getting closer to the red zone. Hart's going to throw it here. He gets Vermeulen off in the flat. He angles out, but he's finally brought down just in front of the first down marker. Again, a nice play, and speaking of the dual threat of Wyatt Hart, he just dumps it off to Vermeulen. He has a little bit of room to work with and gets those extra yards, and it's going to be 2nd and 2.
Just another nice kind of soft touch pass there by Hart to find his receiver out there, and almost able to break a tackle, but Cavalier is able to snag his feet and bring him down, make it 2nd and short.
Ball spotted, far side hash mark. The snap to Hart. He's going to follow the lead blocker, Moan. Stiff arms the defender off of him, bounces off across the first down marker and angles toward the far sideline.
Knocked out of bounds.
As he's knocked out of bounds just in front of the 10.
You know, Braden, this is my first game here for the Cossacks, and man, Hart, he's showing me a lot. He's tough to bring down, man.
Well, one of the returning starters from last year, and they did this the same way last year, just a lot of running, a lot of dual threat stuff, all running through that quarterback.
Yeah, he keeps those legs churning, man. They don't stop.
Clock ticking down to 9:11 left to go in the first half. Still that 8-0 lead, but Sioux Valley seemingly knocking on the door here. And again, the ball goes above the head of Hart. He's going to have to come back to the 25-yard line to make sure Aberdeen Roncalli doesn't fall on it again. And that backs him all the way up.
It's just another unfortunate kind of event there for the Cossacks. Just a little too high a snap, a little too tall for his quarterback, and it sails over. But good job by Hart of being able to jump on top of that and make sure no Cavalier is able to fall on top of it and have another turnover for the Cossacks.
So the scoreboard says 2nd down and 26 is the official yardage on that scoreboard. 8.5 minutes remaining in the first half. And Sioux Valley has the ball back at the 26. Now they hand it off. Moan up the near side, past the 20, outside the numbers, and he runs it all the way in for the Cossack touchdown. Again, Sioux Valley really able to spread out that field. The handoff to Moan, and he sees some green space on the near side, and he takes it all the way.
I mean, you saw the speed from Moan. I mean, he caught that edge, and he was gone. I mean, right up the sideline. 2nd and 26, you go to a stretch run, and he scores an absolute just great run there by Logan Moan.
So 14-0 the current score. They're going to go for 2 here. The receivers spread out a little bit more than they usually are. The ball spotted in between the hash marks. And is that Wyatt Nelson ready to take the snap? He's going to run it in, and Wyatt Nelson gets that 2-point conversion. He can do it all, plays offensive line. He's the kicker for this team, and he punches in 2-point conversion. 16-0 is the score, 8:19 remaining in the first half. We step aside here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network for 30 seconds. We'll be back with more action after this.
And prepares for the challenge, never quit.
If you love sports, you'll love Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill.
This is Manny Langstrat, and I'm running for Brookings County Sheriff. I will bring teamwork, commitment, and a winning attitude to the sheriff's office. When it's time to make the call, you want someone as your sheriff that puts the community first and gives it everything he's got. That's me. Manny Langstrat, the right leader for Brookings County Sheriff.
Paid for by Manny Langstrat for Brookings County Sheriff.
(16-0) is the score, 8:19 remaining here in the second quarter, and Sioux Valley able to get their second touchdown of the game. A nice run from Logan Moan from pretty far out. They're able to kick it off here, and Aberdeen Roncalli will get another chance to potentially answer the Cossacks, which they haven't been able to do so far today.
No, it just kind of seems like you kind of see the game plan for Sioux Valley, just attack that outside, and Roncalli just really hasn't had an answer quite yet. So I wonder what their coach kind of on the sidelines discussing with his team to try to negate that from Sioux Valley and that, because they've pretty much just been exposing it all night.
Wyatt Nelson, the one who ran in the two-point conversion, has it teed up to kick it off from the Sioux Valley 40-yard line. He encourages the crowd to get a little bit louder as both teams are ready here. Back to receive it is going to be the Cavaliers' Ian Kramer. Hands it off, and they come around on the near side. Will Haskell trying to kind of do a little bit of a reverse action, but gets met not too far after he gets the ball, and they will spot him down at the 28-yard line, their own 28-yard line, and that's where they will start things off for this drive.
Somewhere inside the 30-yard line.
Roncalli tried a little trickery there with the kickoff, try to hand it off, try to cause more confusion. I mean, they've been doing that, but I mean, Sioux Valley's, you really see like their discipline in that on special teams defense. I mean, they're staying home, and they're not falling for that eye candy that Roncalli's really throwing at them.
Yeah, good stop for the Sioux Valley special teams. And now Roncalli, 1st and 10 from their own 28, a handoff up the middle to Haskell. Gets good yardage on that. He gets past the 30 and stopped just shy of the 35. We'll spot him down at the 34-yard line.
Looks like we got a player down.
Player indeed is hurt. Looks like it might just be a cramping situation as they stretch him out on the field. But there will be a timeout on the field to go ahead and check on him, so we'll step aside as well with them. 16-0. Just past 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter. We'll be back in another 30 seconds. This is Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Hey, you just found a heck of a deal on a skid steer loader.
They're highly qualified to work on numerous makes and models to get you back on the road and on to the next big game. Find the right tire and auto service at WW Tire, just off I-29 and Highway 14 in Brookings. Browse their tires, book your routine auto maintenance at www.tireservice.com or call 696-7400. WW Tire Service, getting you back on the road to your next tournament.
Back here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network, 16-0. Sioux Valley with the lead here, 7:56 remaining in the first half of this one. A few weather delays later, and we've had some sustained action for a little bit now, but there is a player down on the field for Aberdeen Roncalli. He's currently getting looked at. That is going to be the sophomore offensive lineman, Brady Haverkamp.
Nice to see him up. It was just a cramp, looks like, most likely in that. Good to see him up and moving around under his own power.
Yep, he is limping a little bit as he walks towards the Aberdeen Roncalli sideline, but he is using his own power, so that's always a good sign, obviously, when you see a player go down in sports like this.
Absolutely.
So we're set back to resume action. A 2nd down and 5 from their own 33 as Roncalli gets ready to continue to drive, as we say thanks to the City of Volga and Carey's Landscaping for their support of Sioux Valley football here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Again, that cluttered formation, and this time it does them a disservice as it hits off the helmet of one of their backfieldsmen, and it will be Sioux Valley football. Wyatt Nelson jumping on that fumble, and the Cossacks are going to have it back.
Quick change of events. I mean, I guess that's the risk you kind of run with doing all this motion and all this handoff, and especially with like a wet field and that the ball gets slippery. I mean, we've seen it on the Cossack side. They've had a couple mishandles in that, and unfortunately for Roncalli, they lost the possession. Now Sioux Valley able to jump on that.
So they'll have the ball back with 7:41 remaining in the second quarter. Twin receivers off to the left. Hart's going to take it and fake the handoff to Moan, and this time he loses the football as he gets into the secondary. Not sure who has it. A quick signal from the referee says it's Aberdeen Roncalli's football. So yeah, the field definitely playing a factor in this. The wet grass. I've lost count of how many turnovers we've had so far.
I think we're about at 4 or 5 right now.
Around there, yeah.
Especially just fumbles in that. Hart just trying to fight for extra yards, and either the ball just kind of slipped out of his hand or a Roncalli Cavalier able to come along and kind of punch it out. But either way, just another unfortunate turnover for the Sioux Valley Cossacks.
Yeah, so another change of possession just one play later, and the Cavaliers have the basketball back. This time a direct snap to one of those running backs. That's going to be Jean-Anthony Thomas, the fullback, as he powers his way forward. He goes across the 25, gets closer to the 30. It's about at the 27-yard line, setting up about 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard gain.
Yeah, it just looked kind of like a direct snap straight to him.
16-0, Sioux Valley with the lead. 7 minutes remaining here in the first half. So now they're spreading it out a little bit more. Single receivers on both sides. Fisher takes the snap and turns and hands it off to the running back, Creighton Fisher. He'll angle his way past the 30, and it's good enough for a first down for the Cavaliers. They move the chains, and they spot the ball just shy. It's probably right around the 34. You're listening to Sioux Valley Football on KBRK FM 93.7 Brookings. Glad to have you along with us here from Volga. Going to be a late night as we aren't even at halftime yet. It is 9 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone on the eastern side of the Rushmore State. Clock continuing to tick down, 6.5 left to play. Cavaliers have the football. It is 1st and 10. Fisher gets the snap. He's going to have a little bit of room to work with as he evades the tacklers in the backfield, but he's not able to get back to the line of scrimmage. It's going to be a loss of a yard for Fisher and the Cavaliers. 2nd down and 11 coming up for Roncalli.
Kind of looked like Fisher was looking for someone in the backfield to be there, and the skill position player just was not there, and he's just like, oh, I'm going to try to take this and get what I can. But once again, the discipline of the Cossacks just right there, able to drop them for a loss of 1.
So the huddle breaks, and the green and yellow come out. They line up at the line of scrimmage as we say thank you to Manny Langstrad for Brookings County Sheriffs and Bankstar Financials for their support of Sioux Valley football. Fisher airs it out. It's going to be a little bit wobbly and off the mark, intended for Ryder Shaving.
Third down.
And that brings up 3rd down and 11. 5.5 minutes remaining here in the first half. So Roncalli still in that huddle.
Must be a longer play call.
Dialing something up for sure, as we say thanks to the Valley Restaurant and Cub Construction. So they break out of it now. 3 receivers off to the right side and a single receiver on the short side left. Fisher will take the snap. He drops back, zips it over the middle of the field, and it's going to be caught, and he's got some room to work with. Haskell past the 50, up the far sideline past the 40, evading tacklers past the 30, and he's tackled down to the 25.
Just a really good job there by Fisher to find his man wide open over the middle of the field, and able to make a couple nice moves in that, and able to get a huge gain, able to convert a 3rd and long. That's always kind of frustrating for a coach, letting up those long third and longs and that, but just great play call there by the Cavaliers.
And just like that, Roncalli into Sioux Valley territory. They officially mark it at the 27. That's where they'll have their first down and 10 from. The clock continues to tick. We're past 5 minutes remaining now in the second quarter. Thank you to the Owl Lodge and Right Angle Construction as well for their support of Sioux Valley football here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Another snap to Fisher. He spins around and hands it off to Haskell. This time he gets met in the backfield by Wyatt Nelson. That gets dropped for a 3-yard loss. They're back to the 30. And a second down and long coming up for Roncalli. Clock continues to tick down, 4 minutes, 15 seconds. Will be 2nd and 13 for the Cavaliers. They come out again, 3 receivers right, single receiver left, and 1 single back in the backfield. Fisher in shotgun, he'll take the snap and follow the blockers. He had a hole and he spins around in it. He gets gain on the play, gets past the original line of scrimmage. And it looks like it's probably gonna be set up for a 3rd down and 8.
Sioux Valley's done just a really good job just keeping the Cavaliers in 3rd and longs and that, and making kind of life difficult, make them have longer developing plays and that, so then they're able to get to the quarterback when you kind of force those passing downs.
So again, the clock does not stop. The Cavaliers taking some time in the huddle, probably also to try and run out a bunch of the clock here as we get closer to halftime, already trailing 16-0. Same formation, 4 receivers in total. Fisher rolling out towards his right. He's going to throw it this time. He dumps it off, and it's going to fall incomplete. It hit the receiver in the arms, but Landon Schmidt just couldn't come down with it.
Good defense. He had 2 guys, 2 Cossacks were on Brandon Schmidt and able to make that catch way more difficult.
So clock stops exactly at 3 minutes. So they come out now, 4th down and 9. Fisher evading the tackle in the backfield, throws it, and it's going to be complete. Wow, didn't see the signal from the official right away, and it will be complete. It is a 1st down, so they keep the drive going.
That was one heck of a catch there by the receiver. There's a lot of kind of talk, it seemed like, between the 2 teams on if it was an incomplete pass or not, but ref came in and called it a completed pass.
Thank you to Midland Contracting, Lance Trucking, Anderson Insurance, and Cook's Waste Paper and Recycling as well for their support of Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Both teams were lined up, now a stoppage in play. And a momentarily timeout called. So it looks like Will Haskell going off the field and being replaced by one of his teammates. It looks like we're all set to go now. Fisher still in shotgun. A motion from that player that came in, that was Landon Schmidt, and looks like somebody jumped across the line when they shouldn't have, and I believe that might be on Sioux Valley. So 2:07 left on the clock. It will be 1st down and 5. I believe they haven't marked it off yet. 3 of the officials come together to talk about it. Past 9 o'clock here in the Central Time Zone, not yet to halftime in this one. Kind of a rainy, stormy night so far here in Volga, prompting a few weather delays.
And a few fumbles.
And a few fumbles. You are correct about that. So single receiver to both sides. Fisher coming up and talking to his offensive line before retreating back to a shotgun position. Fisher in the back. Anthony Thomas off towards his right. And again, just right on cue, the ball goes over the quarterback's head, and Sioux Valley's going to jump on it. It is Cossack football.
I'm starting to think it might be bad luck with this fumble call. Oh, my goodness.
The amount of turnovers tonight has been something for sure. And obviously, you attribute it to that wet field.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, just a couple of huge plays for Roncalli in that, and then that's just kind of a really tough way to end your drive like that with just weather once again taking effect and making that ball slippery, and you lose it, and Cossack's able to jump on it. Now they get an opportunity to go down the field and score.
95 seconds remaining in the half, so they'll have to do it quickly if they do want to score. They already lead it 16-0, and they set up for a 1st and 10 on their own 21. Wyatt Hart, the quarterback, in the shotgun. He'll drop back to throw it. Airs it out to his receiver, doing a streak down the field, and hit him in the arms just above the 40. It falls incomplete, but there is a flag on the field.
Mustard on the lettuce.
Probably going to get him there for pass interference.
Kellen Tucker was the receiver, and both teams are moving up to where the ball was. And now they both are going to come back the other way. I'm not sure if they picked up the flag.
Offensive pass interference.
So they'll walk it back to the 20-yard line.
Offensive pass interference.
Then the call will come the other way.
1st and 20.
So 1st down and 20 to go for Sioux Valley, and that kind of takes the wind out of your sails there if you are the Cossacks, but have to kind of have a short memory there and just get back to work. This time a 1st down and long with 1:29 left to play in the half. Receiver comes in motion. Hart fakes the handoff, and he's going to keep it off the right side. Evades one tackler. He's got Fisher in the open field and gets past him at the 20. Up the far side, line 30, before he's angled out of bounds just shy of the 35.
Hart's just been able to make guys miss left and right all night, making huge runs all night. A couple almost completed that deep pass on the previous play, just off the fingertips of his receiver. But man, seems like he's quite the talent.
Timeout, I believe that's Aberdeen Roncalli. Buck 20 remaining in the first half, 16-0, Sioux Valley with the lead. We step aside here for a 30-second break. We'll be back on the other side. This is Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Packed up in the car and you take off on your way to the game. Then one of your kids says that he forgot his water bottle. And your other kid says that it's her turn to bring the treats after the game. Don't get your underwear in a bunch and stop in at the Valley Mart in Volga. They have a large selection of drinks and snacks. The Valley Mart is 24-hour gas pumps and grab-and-go food. Stop by the Valley Mart for all your last-minute needs. The Valley Mart wishes the Sioux Valley Cossacks, all sports teams, good luck this season.
want to thank you, WW Tire, Big Sioux Vet, Carey's Landscaping and Irrigation, Right Angle Construction, Valley Marts, Brookings Radio Big Deals, Anderson Insurance, Manny Langstrat for Brookings County Sheriff, and Glacial Lakes Tree Service. Thank you to those and all of our sponsors for sponsoring the game here this evening. I also want to remind you that we will have an Outlaw Graphics Player of the Game after this one. Thank you to Outlaw Graphics. They produce signs, banners, vehicle graphics, apparel, and promotional items of all kinds. They provide solutions that stick. Outlaw Graphics is your trusted source for custom signs and graphics since 1994. Celebrating 30 years, contact Outlaw Graphics at 605-692-9857, or you can email them at info@teamoutlaw.com. It's ready to resume action here. 56 seconds remaining in the first half. 16-0 Sioux Valley with the lead, and the football coming out of their timeout. 2nd down and 2 from their own 42. The snap low from Hart, but he's able to grab it. He passes it, and he's got a receiver wide open. Ashton Warney is just not able to make the grab. Would have been good for a first down and get him across the 50-yard line, but instead it's an incomplete pass, and it's 3rd down and 2.
Sure, Warney would like to have that one back, hit him right in the chest, but either probably the wet ball or kind of turned before he was ready to catch it, and that led to an incomplete pass. Good pass by Hart. Would have been able to turn up field for a big gain, but now we're 3rd and short now.
Snap to Hart is going to be quarterback keeper. Plenty enough for a first down as he gets across the 45. He tried to angle outwards to get a little bit more, but he's corralled down from behind. And they'll call him down exactly at the Sioux Valley 45 with 43 seconds remaining and another timeout on the field. Say thanks to a few more of our sponsors, like our exclusive presenter, Cubby Sports Bar and Grill. We're glad to have them on board. Our introduction of officials tonight was brought to you by Consumer Protection. Our Where's the Beef introduction of the starting linemen brought to you by Back Alley Meats. So 1st and 10 after the quick timeout, 30 seconds remaining. They throw it over in the flat. The receiver gets it across the 50-yard line, tries to push forward. He's near the first down marker. He's going to be a yard short. And immediately timeout called by Sioux Valley. That's with 22 seconds remaining. We can also say thank you to Outlaw Graphics for sponsoring the outlook of the game, active heating with our temperature of the game, and our player of the game again presented by the Valley Mart and Outlaw Graphics. As both cheerleading squads try to hype up the crowd here. Again, I mentioned not many people leaving despite those weather delays. Obviously, the Aberdeen crew sticking around. It's a long drive down here. If you come down here to watch football, you want to watch some football if they have it.
Oh, absolutely, and it's first week back for most teams in that, and it's honestly a beautiful night, and it's great to be back under the Friday night lights.
Yeah, it is great, isn't it? Football season finally beginning in earnest this week. We'll have coverage of the Cossacks all season long. However far they go into the playoffs, or even all the way to the state championship game like they did a few years ago. We will have all of the games for you here on B93.7, our Brookings Radio Sports YouTube channel, as well as our streams on brookingsradio.com. So 3 receivers left, single receiver right for Sioux Valley, a 2nd and short. Hart's going to drop back, and he airs it up the near side. Moan out in space. He got past the defender, but again, just a little bit too much on it, and they can't connect.
Man, just a lot of deep passes, kind of like for both teams in that, have been open, but just either a little too far out of reach of their receivers, or ball's a little too slippery that they just can't bring it in. But, man, both teams have kind of been right there with big time passing plays.
So that takes a few seconds off the clock. It will be 17 seconds remaining in the half. 16-0 Sioux Valley leading. Same formation, 3 receivers left, single receiver right, and 1 back in the backfield. Hart drops back, looks towards the right side, connects with the receiver right at the line of scrimmage. Sidesteps a tackle, and turns upfield. He gets a few more extra yards out of it. They call him down at the 43.
Oh, we got a player down too.
First down, Cossacks.
Yes, there is a player down. It's Sioux Valley player on the far sideline. They come over to take a look at him. There's 11 seconds left to go in the half. So far the team's staying out on the field. Not sure if they're going to call an official timeout here. They've spotted the ball. Players haven't come over to the sidelines.
I wonder if it's just a cramp.
It's probably what I would assume it would be. You tend to have a few cramps here in the first game. You're kind of getting your body used to all this action, and I mean, yeah, you practice, but it's nowhere near the same speed as an actual game.
Absolutely not. I mean, and you know, most of the time your teammates aren't trying to tackle you full force and all that, and these guys they're trying to bring you down, so you know they'll get awkward angles and all that, but hopefully he gets under his own power. Looks like he's off the field enough that they might try to resume play here, but it looks like there's some confusion between the players on the field for Sioux Valley and the coaching staff here on the side. And now before they can get the snap off, Kellen Tucker will run across the field, so it looks like he's all right, but Sioux Valley set up because as soon as they blow the whistle, the clock's going to start running. There's only 11 ticks left in the half, so they take the snap and quickly spike it on first down and 10 from the Cavalier 43. And that brings 4 seconds off the clock. We're down to 8. Probably try to get a Hail Mary here, or at least just see what kind of happens, kind of pass play.
Yeah, they spread the receivers out, twins on either side. Ball spotted in between the hash marks. And Hart's going to take the snap. He's looking, moves over to his left, sends a bullet pass across the field, and he gets it to connect with Barrett Cotton. The receiver gets him down. Clock stops momentarily off the pass before they can get the ball set. Or no, they do call a timeout. And a good timeout from the coaching staff. 2 seconds remaining in the half, and they have something that they can do here. They could possibly go up by 3 scores.
Finally able to connect on one of those deep balls. Great pass there by Hart to find his receiver, Cotton, excuse me, and good pass, and able to finally complete that deep ball that both teams have been looking for.
So it will be a first down and 10 from inside the 15, although down in distance don't really matter in this situation. You're kind of going against the clock. In all reality, you probably only have 1 play left to try and get this into the end zone. So both teams back out on the field. The Cossacks in their all navy blue uniforms. The visiting Cavaliers in their white uniforms. Spread out the receivers on the right side. Hart takes the snap, rolls over to his right. He throws it towards the end zone into double coverage. It hits the receiver in the hands. The pass will be incomplete. Vermeulen can't come down with it, and that will be the end of the first half. 16-0 is the score, as both teams will head back to the locker room as they did earlier in the weather delay. This time we are at halftime at 9:23 Central Time here on the eastern side of South Dakota. We'll take a 4-minute break, and on the other side we will talk a little bit about this first half and get you set for the second half, as well as checking out some scores, some of them maybe even going final at this point around the state. We'll clue you in to all of that. We'll be back here in 4 minutes. This is Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
of the Sioux Valley Cossacks. Carey's Landscaping is the area leader in quality landscaping and irrigation since 1995. With decades of service, years of knowledge, and a growing, educated team, you can count on Carey's Landscaping and Irrigation for all your outdoor projects. From residential and commercial irrigation and landscaping to turf and erosion control and even snow removal, Carey's Landscaping and Irrigation is the name to trust. Call 692-1605 to get a quote today.
Looking for more ways to save money? Aren't we all? Jenny here. Shop your local Big Deals online store. You'll find gift certificates to all kinds of local businesses, places where you already shop, restaurants you already love, and great local entertainment. The best part? All of these gift certificates are on sale at discounted prices. Get them for yourself or buy them as a gift. Shop and save. You'll be glad you did.
Shop BR, Brookings Radio Big Deals. Go to brookingsradio.com or download the app and search for Brookings SD.
Imagine this. You finally get the kids packed up in the car and you take off on your way to the game. Then one of your kids says that he forgot his water bottle, and your other kid says that it's her turn to bring the treats after the game. Don't get your underwear in a bunch and stop in at the Valley Mart in Volga. They have a large selection of drinks and snacks. The Valley Mart is 24-hour gas pumps and grab-and-go food. Stop by the Valley Mart for all your last-minute needs. The Valley Mart wishes the Sioux Valley Cossacks, all sports teams, good luck this season.
A word about tree specialists.
Hey, I'm here about your tree.
Before you hire anyone with a chainsaw, ask if they know the difference between a Blake's hitch and a timber hitch.
Or between trimming and pruning.
Can they treat diseased shrubs and trees?
Can they climb without spikes or trim around power lines?
Do they carry insurance? Glacial Lakes Tree Service, your local arborists, are experts in tree removal, maintenance, and arboriculture.
Visit glaciallakestreeservice.com to learn more.
From your everyday tire to your farm and commercial rubber tracks, WW Tire is a place for it all. Their mechanics come highly qualified to work on numerous makes and models to get you back on the road and on to the next big game. Find the right tire and auto service at WW Tire, just off I-29 and Highway 14 in Brookings. Browse their tires, book your routine auto maintenance at www.tireservice.com or call 696-7400. WW Tire Service, getting you back on the road to your next tournament.
Every team needs a strong leader, someone who knows the game plan, prepares for the challenge, and never quits when the pressure's on. Brookings County deserves that same kind of leadership. This is Manny Langstrat, and I'm running for Brookings County Sheriff. I will bring teamwork, commitment, and a winning attitude to the Sheriff's Office. When it's time to make the call, you want someone as your sheriff that puts the community first and gives it everything he's got. That's me, Manny Langstrat, the right leader for Brookings County Sheriff.
Paid for by Manny Langstrat for Brookings County Sheriff.
Big Sioux Veterinary Care is proud to support Bobcat and Cossack athletics and fine arts. Proudly serving Brookings County for over 30 years, we pride ourselves in delivering the best care available to our patients and clients alike. With a team of 7 doctors, combining from more than 120 years of experience, Big Sioux takes a team approach in providing an unrivaled combination of modern medicine and compassionate care. We invite you to schedule your pet at either of our 2 locations in Brookings and experience the difference of Big Sioux Veterinary Care.
Aberdeen, Roncalli. Time to take a look at some scores from around the Brookings area here. A few games have gone final. We'll start off. Only the 9-man classes and 11B starting off games tonight. So we'll start off in 11B, some games from around the area. 4th-ranked Dual getting the win over Parker Marion 22-6. That is a final score. But down in Flandreau, the Flyers trailing Clark Willow Lake, who made a deep run in the playoffs last year. They're retooling and looking to get back there. They are winning 23-8 with 11 minutes left in the third. Wonder if they got hit by the weather down there as well. Kind of seemed like it was angling towards that direction. In 9AA, our only score to look at here, Esteline Hendricks against Florence Henry, and the Red Hawks over the Falcons 41-8 with 8 minutes left in the third quarter of that one. And in 9A, this is where we have a lot of final scores from around the state. The only one we're looking at, third-ranked Elkton Lake Benton getting the shutout win over Canastota, 28-0. And in 9B, Del Rapids St. Mary takes it to Newbrook area, 58-6. The final score in that one. Under a minute left in the first half. In Coleman Egan, 5th ranked in 9B, 28-6 over Oldham Ramona Rutland. Again, that one nearing halftime there. And just over a minute left in the fourth, a close game in Arlington between Wolsey Wessington and the Cardinals, 14-6. Wolsey Wessington, the Warbirds, leading over the Cardinals in a matchup of the Birds over in Arlington. About 6 minutes till we get the second half underway. We will take another 4-minute break, and on the other side, we'll set you up for the second half of this one. 16-0, Sioux Valley leading over Aberdeen Roncalli. And week one, this is Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
situations, but Roncalli's been able to respond, and then they'll kind of run into a brick wall that they kind of built themselves by turning it over, and they get the ball back here, and we'll see what they kind of do, cut into this Cossacks lead a little bit.
Yep, Nelson kicks it off, and it's going to be taken up by the Cavaliers up to the near side past the 30-yard line, and that is Ian Kramer on the return, and the Cavaliers will get us started here in the second half. I want to say thank you to some of our sponsors, like our exclusive presenter, Cubby Sports Bar and Grill, along with Sioux Valley School District, Big Sioux Vet, the Lucky Dog Bar and Grill, and the South Dakota Soybean Processors. Without them, we could not bring you coverage of these local athletes in the Brookings area. So first down and 10 for Aberdeen Roncalli as they come out to get the ball spotted right at the 30-yard line. Fisher takes the snap. The quarterback, Austin Fisher, he turns around and hands it off to Shaving. He's not able to get much on the run. In fact, he loses a yard. Second down and 11 coming up for the Cavaliers.
Just more good. I mean, Sioux Valley's been able to get penetration all night from their D-line, and that be able to make those runs really difficult in that for Roncalli, and nothing's really open up the middle.
So second down and long, I guess you could classify it as. They come out again in that cluttered formation that we kind of talked about a little bit in the first half. Their offense is not spread out at the beginning of the play before the snap, but once things get going, as Fisher tries to air it out and connect with his receiver, Creighton Fisher. It falls short and incomplete, so third down coming up. But once the play kind of gets going, they kind of spread out on the field a little bit. They run their routes and stuff like that. But again, that quarterback play, he gets the snap and does a full 360 and hands it off somewhere in there, or he keeps it to pass it.
Yeah, just once again, I mean, there were multiple Cossacks back there in the backfield that made that throw very difficult for Fisher to get it to Fisher.
So Austin Fisher gets the play call from the coach and runs it back into the huddle. Almost a minute gone in the third quarter of this one. Sioux Valley still with the 16-0 lead. Austin Fisher dropping back. He dumps it off to the fullback, Jean-Anthony Thomas. He does get a few yards. It gets back across the original line of scrimmage, but it will be a fourth down and long.
What a way for the Cossacks to come out right out of half and get a big-time stop, and now they've got an opportunity to push their lead once again.
Thank you to the City of Volga, Carey's Landscaping, Manny Langstrad for Brookings County Sheriff, and Bankstar Financial for their support of Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Cavaliers are going to punt it away here. Back to return for Sioux Valley. It's going to be Kellen Tucker, the senior. So boots it away. It's a short punt. Doesn't even make it across the 50 off the first land. It bounces across that 50-yard line and settles down at the Sioux Valley 45, and that's where the Cossacks will pick up shop here for their first drive of the second half.
Kind of impressive. We got that punt off. Another couple Cossacks in the backfield, making that punt difficult. Almost 2 blocks now for Sioux Valley on the day.
Yeah, you mentioned that a little bit earlier, that pressure has kind of always been there in that backfield. They're just getting off the ball right and putting that pressure on Aberdeen Roncalli, and that's most of what's kind of resulted in them not scoring quite yet. So first and 10 from their own 45. Receiver comes in motion. Hart will keep it up the middle, and nice blocking from the offensive line as he gets across the 50 and down to the opposite 45. First down for Sioux Valley and then some, down to the 43 of the Cavaliers.
That's another Cossack.
That's another fantastic run. I mean, this offensive line for the Cossacks have really been getting a big push up front and getting to that second, even third level of this Roncalli defense. And Hart's had so much room to run and make plays with his feet.
Two receivers off to the right, one back in the backfield. That receiver coming in motion again, and this time he'll hand it off to Tucker. Up the near side past the 40. Got a blocker in front, up past the 30. Spinning around out of a tackle. He gets down to the 26, and that's a nice handoff and a run from Kellen Tucker up the near sideline.
Down by Caleb Dries and companies. That's another Cossack.
So the Cossacks will set up
First 10, Sioux Valley from the...
with that first down and 10.
Once again, Sioux Valley attacking that outside. Just been working all night for them.
Single receiver off to the right. They hand it off to Moan. He'll try and angle off to the wide side. He skips around a defender. He goes past the 10, and he's finally wrestled down near the 5.
Down by number 8, Thomas. Should be first and goal for Sioux Valley.
So a goal-to-go situation coming up for the Cossacks.
5-yard line.
It's hard to see the yard lines because that rain has washed all the paint off. So we'll just go with it's near the 5.
See, that's a pretty good guess there, Braden.
Hart with the shotgun. Quarterback keeper following the blocker, Moan. He angles it off towards the near side, and it's in for the Cossack touchdown. The third one of the day for Sioux Valley. They're up 22-0 here in the second half.
I believe that's Hart's second touchdown of the day.
I believe so.
2 rushing.
Making an early campaign for our Valley Mart Player of the Game. We'll get a t-shirt from Outlaw Graphics after this one.
Absolutely. He's really done everything. Deep. He had deep pass right away to kind of almost to end that half, and then a lot of nice runs.
He has just like that here. Runs it straight up the middle, in for 2 more. 24-0 is the score. Sioux Valley's broken this one open here in the first drive of the second half for the Cossacks. We'll step aside here for a quick 30-second break, and when we come back, we'll have the kickoff for you. 24-0, Sioux Valley leading. This is Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Here's some scores from around
you
the
and
state.
we've shared a lot.
We're back here in Volga, 8:57 remaining in the third quarter, and the Cossacks have just taken extended their lead. 24-0 is that score here against Aberdeen Roncalli. They have it teed up, ready to kick it away once again here late on a Friday night.
I mean, Sioux Valley's coaching staff has just got to be ecstatic with how their teams come out in the second half, get a stop right away, 3 and out, and then march right down the field and score with another 2-point conversion. 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions tonight, and just if fumbles didn't get in the way or turnovers, who knows what this game could be.
Yeah, absolutely a good start to the second half. Wide Nelson has it teed up here. Back again to receive for Aberdeen Roncalli, Ian Kramer, as well as Will Haskell. The kick from Nelson, end over end, straight to Kramer. He picks it up at the 15 and hands it off to Haskell. He drops it underneath him and then picks it up at the 20. Tried to angle away from the defender, but he's wrestled down just a couple of yards beyond that 20-yard line.
Brings down number 3, Will Haskell. Cavaliers will take over 1st and 10 just outside their 20-yard line.
A lot of risk, you know, with those handoffs and that, especially with like a slippery ball and that. It's going to happen. I mean, we've seen it pretty much all night for both sides. Just the ball's really just kind of played a factor with this wet grass.
Absolutely. So the Cavaliers start off their drive 1st and 10 from the 22-yard line, their own 22-yard line. They'll try to score their first points of the evening. Single receiver far to either side. Quarterback Austin Fisher takes the snap and hands it off to the running back beside him. He pushes forward for a few yards. Gets past the 25 up to the 26. Maybe about a 4-yard gain, so sets up 2nd down and 6 coming up for the Cavaliers. Substitutions coming in and out for Sioux Valley. As the huddle breaks for Roncalli. This time they'll send a single receiver off wide to the left. Then they have 3 receivers bunched to the right. Fisher fakes the handoff, keeps it up the middle past the 30, gets all the way up to the 35 before he's met by a defender and brought down. It's enough for a Cavalier first down. And a nice run from Austin Fisher, Cooper Teskey on the stop.
I will say, Braden, I don't think I've ever seen a guardian cap in the high school area of football and that, so it's cool seeing that implemented in that.
Yeah, absolutely. That guardian cap, that extra level of protection to go on a helmet. There's 2 players on the Aberdeen Roncalli offense that are out on the field right now that are doing it, wearing one, and one is the quarterback, Austin Fisher, but then the other one, the center, Brady, I believe that's Reichert. So definitely another extra level of safety here at the youth football level. Another keeper from Fisher. He gets across the 40. Definitely evading some tackles so far on this drive as Fisher, he gets it down to the 41. Will be 2nd down and about 4. This clock continues to tick down. 7:10 remaining in the 3rd quarter. Sioux Valley, the big lead, 24-0 here in week number 1. I want to say thank you to the Valley Restaurant, Cub Construction, the Owl Lodge, and Right Angle Construction for their support of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Ball spotted at the 41 as the Cavaliers break their huddle and saunter up to the line of scrimmage. And Fisher with the running back right beside him will take the snap, turns around and hands it off to the receiver coming in motion. That's going to be Shaving. Tries to get past the tacklers. He gets close to the first down marker, but he's going to be just shy, about a yard. So 3rd and 1 will be the down and distance. They have to get to the 45.
A lot more, once again, trickery. Like you've said, Braden Fisher just constantly, I mean, every time he's back there, I feel like he's doing like a 360.
It is every play. I feel like, and it may not be factual that it is every single play, but pretty much every play he is spinning around, and he just does it right there. He almost shoulder checked one of his teammates, but now he's going to break it out for a long run all the way down to the Sioux Valley 30. And you can see there, evidently, it does work in some cases. It looked like that might have been blown up in the backfield as he hit shoulders with one of his teammates, but he turned that into a gigantic run, and it will be a first down and quite a lot of then some, and then gets it all the way into Sioux Valley territory.
Yeah, that was just a nice tackle by Norgard there to pretty much save a touchdown.
So they have the ball inside the 30 now. So we tick past 5.5 left to play in the 3rd. So they come out in formation, a little bit of a cleaner backfield, it seems like, for this formation. Fisher hands it off to the back right beside him. Haskell bounces off the defensive line at first and tries to come around on the left side, but he's not able to do much with it, and it's a loss of 1. Second down for Aberdeen Roncalli.
Sioux Valley's D-line coach has just got to be thrilled with how his D-line has been playing all night. Really stretching plays out and plugging up the middle. Run game has been scarce for Roncalli.
And that's going to be a big run from Ian Kramer up the near side.
Ian Kramer, the carry on the right side.
That's a big run. He gets it all the way down inside the 5, and Aberdeen Roncalli knocking on the door here.
Finally kind of fooled all night. I mean, Cossacks have done such a good job not falling for that, but on that, they really got the Cossacks a bite, and Roncalli able to almost get a touchdown, like 2 yards shy, I would say.
So first down and goal from the 4-yard line for Aberdeen Roncalli. If they score here, it would be their first score of the night. Fisher in shotgun. He's going to keep it up the middle, and he's in there for a touchdown. Aberdeen Roncalli gets on the board here in the third quarter. 4:18 remaining. It makes it 24-6.
Fantastic run on that previous play by Roncalli to be able to get them in that short and goal situation.
So they'll undoubtedly go for 2 here. Not many teams at this lower level of football in South Dakota do have a kicker. Some of them do. Sioux Valley did a few years back. That would kick extra points and some field goals, but they haven't in a few years.
Yeah, you rarely see it. Oddly enough, my alma mater, Chester area, they normally do have a kicker.
And on the 2-point conversion, Kramer's going to get stopped short of the goal line. And that's going to be Mr. Wyatt Hart that makes the stop. So 4:18 remaining here in the third. 24-6 is our score. We will step aside for another 30-second break. This is Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Packed up in the car and you off on your way to the game, then one of your kids says that he forgot his water bottle, and your other kid says that it's her turn to bring the treats after the game. Don't get your underwear in a bunch. Stop in at the Valley Mart in Volga. They have a large selection of drinks and snacks. The Valley Mart is a 24-hour gas and grab-and-go food. Stop by the Valley Mart for all your last-minute needs. The Valley Mart wishes the Sioux Valley Cossacks, all sports teams, good luck this season.
We're back to action here at Cossack Field. 4:18 remaining in the third quarter. Aberdeen Roncalli just scored their first touchdown of the game, making it 24-6. The Cossacks have the football back.
Across the 40-yard line, it'll be second down for Sioux Valley.
It will be second down and short as they get the football across the 40-yard line and just shy of the 45.
And Logan Moan with that handoff in that run. He pile up there trying to push that pile, but Roncalli able to kind of stand him up and not allow him to get any more yards because those legs were still churning.
Second down and 3 for Sioux Valley. Hart takes the snap, hands it off to Moan. He gets across the 45, follows the blockers and bounces it out past the 50. Near side number is 40. Up the near sideline, 30. He evades a tackler there and gets brought down around 20, but there's a flag back near the 50. Had a lot of room to work with on the near side of the field. And the Sioux Valley offense is staying back where the line of scrimmage was, so must be on them. Both teams now walking back. It's going to be holding on Sioux Valley. So that'll negate the big run from the senior Logan Moan.
Those always suck. You get a huge run like that, and then you look back and your teammates just have their hands on their helmets and that, knowing that there was a flag on the field and most likely know what the call is and got to walk back.
So we'll do second down again. Hart takes the snap once again. This time follows his blockers off the right side. Gets in space past the first down marker. Down to the 43, 42 is where they're going to mark him down.
That's another Cossack.
There's another fantastic run there by Hart.
Say thank you to a few more of our sponsors like Midland Contracting, Lance Trucking, Anderson Insurance, and Cook's Waste Paper. Thank you for their support for high school sports on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Ball at the 41, first and 10 for Sioux Valley. Hart takes the snap, pitches it off to Moan on the right side. He cuts back in to get past the defender past the 40. Angles outwards at the 35, fights his way near the first down marker near the 30-yard line, but another flag is on the field. This time it's near the 40.
Hart does not seem very happy with that flag being thrown.
And it's another holding on the Sioux Valley offense. I can understand his frustration. 2 holding penalties, basically getting rid of big runs, both on this drive.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for an offense when that happens. I mean, it's really deflating. I mean, Sioux Valley's just been able to kind of run the ball at will, and then really clean football at the start of the half, and then now two holding penalties on this drive alone.
So we'll redo first down. This time it's first down and 17. 2 receivers bunched up on the short side on the right side of the field. Another pitch. This time it's coming in the near side to Kellen Tucker. He has to go backwards to get past the defender. He breaks out of that tackle past the 50, and he gets positive yardage as he gets back up to the 46.
That was quite a run there. Broke a tackle and then lowered his shoulder and was able to get pretty much something out of nothing.
So a few positive yards on that play. So we tick under 2 minutes left to play in the third. Sioux Valley the big lead, 24-6. So they do spot the ball at the 46. Will be second down and 15 yards after the 2-yard gain. Again, 2 receivers bunched up on the short side of the field. One goes in motion. Hart takes that chest-high snap. He angles off on the right side past the 45, over across the 40, and he's brought down at the 38.
A third and about 8.
So they get back within the original parameters of the down and distance. It's 3rd down and 8. They officially spot the ball at the 39.
Just another nice run. I mean, he makes Hart's made a lot of guys miss tonight. I mean, I'm seeing him pretty much jump all over the field pretty much.
So Hart again in shotgun. He will take that snap and hands it off to Ethan Hemestead. He goes around on the far side past the 35, up the far sideline, and he's going to be gone for a touchdown. But again, there's a flag on the field, and it's near the 40-yard line. And visible frustration from Hart in the offense as they know that one's coming back once again.
3rd one on this drive. I mean, that's 3. I mean, pretty much every holding call. I mean, there've been 3 huge runs, one by Logan Moan, and then just a nice 12-yarder, and then now a touchdown gets taken off the board.
And this one the biggest of all, for sure.
You put yourself in 3rd and very long.
Very long indeed. The ball's going to be spotted at the 49. There's 64 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. And it's 3rd down and 18. So they set up here, twin receivers on the right.
Wonder if Roncalli will bring some pressure.
Waist high snap to Hardy. Spins out of the pressure and gets across the line of scrimmage, pushing forward past the 40. It is a good gain there on 3rd down, but it's still going to be 4th down and a few yards to go.
My goodness, just another fantastic run by Hart. Wow, I mean, now you give your coach an opportunity to make a decision if you want to go for it on 4th down. Just another fantastic run by him tonight.
Under a minute left to play in the 3rd frame. Down to 30 seconds. So the clock continues to run. 4th down and 4 coming up from the 35-yard line that has been completely washed out by the heavy rain we got earlier. So it's 4th down on the far side hash mark. Clock continues to run down. We're down to 10 seconds left to play. This will probably be the final play of the quarter. Another handoff, this time to Hemestead on the near side, and he gets brought back for a loss. It doesn't matter anyway. Turnover on downs.
A great tackle there by Hernandez in space there to get him down on 4th down and cause a turnover on downs.
So I take it back. It won't be the last play of the 3rd quarter. There are 3 seconds left, and because it was turnover on downs, it stops the clock. So Roncalli will get to run a play here in the 3rd quarter. So their offense trots out onto the field.
Roncalli really needed that one to try to keep into this game and cut into this lead a little bit here tonight, and now they'll get an opportunity to do that to start the 4th.
1st and 10 from their own 36-yard line. Austin Fisher, the QB, a low snap near his feet. He spins around and takes it up the gut. He gets across the 40 up to the 41, and that's where they will start off the 4th quarter. We'll step aside here for a 1-minute break. When we come back, 4th quarter action for you from Volga. This is Sioux Valley Football, presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Never quits when on. Brookings County deserves that same kind of leadership. This is Manny Langstrat, and I'm running for Brookings County Sheriff. I will bring teamwork, commitment, and a winning attitude to the Sheriff's Office. When it's time to make the call, you want someone as your sheriff that puts the community first and gives it everything he's got. That's me, Manny Langstrat, the right leader for Brookings County Sheriff.
Paid for by Manny Langstrat for Brookings County Sheriff.
Coverage of Sioux Valley football on KBRK FM 93.7 in Brookings. Glad to have you along with us here tonight. Jordan Miner, Drew Schnabel back in the Brookings Radio Sports Network studios. Braden Byers alongside Mitchell Brew. Glad you're staying up late. It's not that late, but this game would have been over by now had we not had those weather delays earlier. But it's been a pretty good game so far, and Sioux Valley's playing pretty good. They have the lead 24-6.
Yeah, Sioux Valley's really just kind of controlled the game with the run and that. And but Roncalli has an opportunity here to cut into this lead a little bit with getting that stop on 4th down.
So first play of the 4th quarter will be from the Cavaliers as they have a 2nd down and 5 from their own 41. Fisher's going to drop back to pass. He tries to get it over the middle. There's some contact, and there will be a flag thrown that might possibly be on the Cossacks. And if it is, that would be on Trey Wyman. That would be defensive pass interference, and it's looking like it is going to be that call.
Pass interference on the Cossacks.
So the penalty will give Aberdeen Roncalli the 1st down and move them across midfield. And they'll place the ball on the 43-yard line. Just a few seconds gone in the 3rd. Here's another snap from Roncalli. Fisher hands it off, and he's going to be stuck in the backfield. Will the ball carrier, Will Haskell, he gets brought down near the 50 eventually as he was trying to run around to avoid getting tackled, but it ended up catching up to him.
Yeah, he did a fantastic job of making a lot of Cossacks miss, but I mean, there's too many to corral him and finally able to bring him down.
Looks like another cramp on the far side of the field from a Sioux Valley player. He's on the ground getting stretched out. The trainer going out to check on him.
Really shows the importance of hydration and all that, keeping yourself hydrated, especially that first game. I think, a lot of guys come out here and just think they're kind of game ready, and then it kind of hits you like a truck at times for some kids and that, and a lot of cramps tend to happen. Kind of surprised there haven't been more. So
yeah, and it doesn't just happen because of the heat either. It's cooled down very significantly since that rain rolled through, and it can even happen to the most veteran of players. Wyatt Nelson, the senior, he's limping off the field here. Eventually resorts to practically jumping on one leg to get himself to the sideline, where he can lay down and be stretched out by the trainer, and some time can be given to it. But we're ready to resume play. As the clock ticks down after the referee's whistle. 11:20 left to play in the 4th quarter. 24-6, Sioux Valley with the lead. Roncalli with the football on the 49-yard line. Fisher turns, hands off to Haskell, powers forward in the middle of the scrum and gets back up to the 43 and the 40. Yes, they mark him at the 43, the original line of scrimmage being at the 44. So 3rd down and still longer. It's 3rd and 9. They're going to try to convert here. They come out. Sigler receiver on the left side, off of the wide side of the field. Fisher spins around, hands it off to Haskell again. He's got a little bit of room to work with, and it looks like he did get that 1st down. So nice run from Haskell as he gets close to the 30-yard line.
Yeah, just once again, Fisher doing his, might as well patent that 360 kind of turn in the backfield and that, trying to really throw off on where the heck the ball is for the defenders and that. Just another nice run by Roncalli here.
So 1st down has him set up at that 31. 2 minutes gone here in the 4th. They're getting the score 24-6. Sioux Valley with the lead over Aberdeen Roncalli in the first game of the season. Before the ball can be snapped, pre-snap penalty here, thrown by the official on the near sideline.
Offsides on the
It's going to be offside on Sioux Valley. So that turns a 1st and 10 to a 1st and 5 and gets them within the 30-yard line.
Yeah, another nice drive. It's kind of like spent most of the night here for the Cavaliers. Just been able to have very nice drives, but just have ended just not the way you really want to. Just turnover or either a fumble or a turnover on downs.
So getting ready to snap that first down. Fisher will decide to keep it up the middle, but runs into a wall of Cossacks, and again another flag flies, this time from the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, I think he kind of got, Fisher kind of got brought down a little awkwardly there. I think someone got a little too much horse collar there.
So they'll mark it off from the line of scrimmage, which is pretty much when he got brought down. Only 5 yards, but still enough for a first down. And that'll move the ball down to the 22, I believe.
I wonder if Roncalli will kind of dial up some passing plays. Time's kind of working against them.
Direct snap to Sean Anthony Thomas. Kind of tried to drive it up the middle, but again got met by that stone wall that is the Sioux Valley defensive line.
Yeah.
And another player down.
Time out on the field. 2nd down for the Cavaliers. And we resume play.
Not gonna lie.
And it's again Wyatt Nelson.
Graham's really getting to him right now.
He tried to be a trooper and get back out there, but I know from experience those cramps can get you sometimes.
Oh my goodness, they sneak up on you too. I mean, all of a sudden they hit you out of nowhere. You're down for a little bit. And I'm not gonna lie there, Braden. The Cavaliers got me on that. I thought they did hike it a little over the head of their quarterback, and that when you see 3 guys like that jump. They fooled me, but not the Cossacks. I mean, once again, it's just really staying disciplined all night.
And something as well that you don't really think about with a weather delay, you are in total probably playing more football than you normally would, just because you go through that warm-up period, and they had to do it twice because they came out here, they warmed up, they were ready to play, and then they were told, no, you have to go back into the locker room.
Yeah.
So essentially you've warmed up 4 different times if you include pregame and halftime, and overall it's just getting later in the night. You're not used to playing football this late, and even especially in week 1, that can definitely catch up with you.
Yeah, you can see cramps kind of starting to pile up a little bit here, and players are probably just kind of getting tired. I mean, full day of school too in that week 1, and then you're playing until most likely 10:40.
Yeah.
So it's a late night for everyone, and I mean the crowd's just been fantastic for both sides, staying here even on this late night.
The Roncalli faithful will be late getting back to Aberdeen for sure.
That's quite a drive. It's quite a drive home.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I want to say thank you to a few of our sponsors like the Sioux Valley School District, Big Sioux Vet, the Lucky Dog Bar and Grill, and the South Dakota Soybean Processors for their support of local high school sports. Once again, we will have a player of the game, the Valley Mart player of the game. That player of the game will get a t-shirt courtesy of Outlaw Graphics. Your trusted source for custom signs and graphics since 1994. So back to action here. Fisher drops back, zips it over the middle, and it's going to fall just incomplete. Pass over the middle. Intended, I believe that was for Ian Kramer.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it. Just a kind of low pass there, tough catch, and just hit the ground before Kramer was able to get a hand on it underneath and try to make a grab.
Under 9 to play in the fourth quarter. 24-6 is that score. Aberdeen Roncalli driving. They are in Sioux Valley territory, knocking on the door of the red zone here. Scoreboard has them marked at the 20. I think it looks more like the 21. But receivers out wide to both sides. Fisher turns, hands it off to Haskell, breaks through the initial. He spins around it and gets brought down eventually at the 16. So a good gain there on third down. Not quite enough for the first, but obviously inside the red zone here, deep in this game with this deficit, you're 100% going for it.
Yeah, I kind of thought he had thought Haskell had a good opportunity to run and get that first down, but he just went a little too far to the sideline trying to stretch it out, and Kosag's able to make a very nice tackle and keep them short once again and put them into this 4th and short. And it's nervous, it's kind of nerve-wracking now, end of the game here, and you're trying to crawl back into this game, and now you put yourself in 4th and short.
Ball's going to be spotted on the near side of the field. They're at the 14-yard line. 2 yards to get that first down and extend this drive. All the while, the clock continues to tick down. There's 8 minutes remaining in the fourth. 2 receivers off towards the right. Fisher will keep it, run it straight up the middle, and I'm not sure he got there. Where the referee is walking in on it, it looks like he didn't get to the first down marker.
Yep.
And he's going to be short. So the Cossacks come up with a big 4th down stand there to stall the Aberdeen Roncalli drive, and they'll take over with a 1st down and 10 on their own 14-yard line.
Great D-line work once again by the Cossacks to force. Fisher ran straight into a wall. There was really nothing there. Maybe a quick opportunity. It looked like he got a nice little push, but Cossacks able to stand up that O-line and force that stop.
So with 7:51 remaining, the home team takes over the football deep inside their own territory. A chance, if they can get good, successful runs, to potentially run a lot of the clock out here. Hart will take the snap, and he starts it off here with a QB keeper. He gets it past the 20. Plenty enough for the first down, and he keeps churning his legs up to the 30. Those are exactly the runs I was talking about. If you get good chunk yardage like that, you can wait in between plays and let the clock run out a little bit.
Goodness, I've just been so impressed with him. Hart, the legs just, they don't stop. The combination of his elusiveness as well has been very impressive. The elusiveness and the power that he possesses, and that has been truly pretty incredible to watch. It's been fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Hart, definitely a star on this offense. He takes the snap here, turns and hands it off to his running back, Moan, who follows his blockers. He's able to get about 5 yards before he spins out of a tackle. Gets 9 yards, before he spins out of a tackle across the first down marker at the 40 and all the way up to the 45.
I think this run game's kind of catching up to Roncalli here. Sioux Valley's just ran it almost every play in the second half, and they're just getting chunk play after chunk play after chunk play.
And it wears you down. The more you run it, running is physical on a defense, and if you just can't stop it, it's just going to keep wearing you down.
And so many of these guys, especially in high school, play both ways, and that it's gonna tire you out.
And that factors in a big way. From the 44, the 1st down and 10. Moan again. He angles to the near side at the 50. He's got a little bit of room on the near sideline down to the 30. Squeezes between 2 tacklers and gets down to the 20. And just like that, Sioux Valley's in the red zone with 6.5 minutes left to go in the fourth, and a chance to extend this lead again and really, in all reality, probably put this one away.
Yeah, absolutely, Braden. Just once again, the outside run has been there all. Honestly, any run has kind of been there all night, but Cossacks have really attacked that outside part in the run, and it's worked for them all night. I wonder what combined Hart and Logan Moan have yardage-wise tonight rushing.
It's plenty for sure.
it's a big number.
Hart last year rushing for 851 yards in the total season. Handoff on the near side, and breaking the tackle is going to be Trey Wyman, the sophomore running back, and he's into the end zone for the Cossack touchdown.
Just another fantastic run, breaking tackles. Able to sneak along that sideline and pretty much walk in for another Cossacks touchdown.
It's 30-6 without the 2-point conversion. 6 minutes, 13 seconds remaining here in the fourth. The Sioux Valley offense comes back out there for the 2-point conversion. Hard in shotgun. Takes the snap, or pardon me, that's not hard, but a perfect throw into the end zone. That's a connection from Brendan Moe, the backup quarterback, to Ashton Warney.
Really nice to throw. Seeing see Warney in the back of the end zone like that. Nice having to make a diving catch, but I mean, nice all around to get another 2-point conversion. Oh,
there is a flag on the field.
Spoke too soon.
It's over on the complete opposite side of the field from where the catch happened. Must be on Sioux Valley. So that'll back them up, and they'll try for 2 again. And I believe the Cossacks are starting to sprinkle in some of their reserve players as well. So that backs them all the way up to the 20. 20-yard 2-point try. Let's do it.
Don't see that too often.
So Brendan Moe, the quarterback in this one, he takes the snap, hands it off to Tucker. He'll come to the near side at the 20, try to get around the tacklers. He spins out of that tackle, and he lunges forward past the 10, and another flag comes out. That seemed to be a beat after the play was over, so I wonder what that's about. Now one of the officials talking to the head coach, Jordan Fast, the near sideline.
That's what I said too. Yes, it was.
I can hear one of the coaches saying kickoff, so regardless of what happened, 2-point try must not be good, and score will remain at 30-6. So we'll step aside for another 30-second
We have 6:13 left in the game. Sioux Valley at 30.
timeout. This is Sioux Valley football presented by Cubby Sports Bar and Grill on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
You and I, we've shared a lot of moments. And I don't just mean the bright ones. I'm talking the bold ones, the bubbly ones, and even the bittersweet ones. It's those past moments shared that make this 30-second moment together all the more special. Life is full of all sorts of moments, and as we celebrate 100 years of Bankstar, we just want to say thanks for trusting us with all of yours. That's what it means to bank on the bright side. Bankstar Financial, member FDIC.
30-6 is the score after Sioux Valley gets the touchdown. 2-point conversion not good after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Cossacks. 6:13 remaining in the fourth, and that touchdown really kind of helps cement it.
Yeah, for real. I mean, and that was their first incomplete 2-point conversion of, they didn't convert for the first time tonight on their 2-point conversion, which is a little frustrating, but coach not too happy kicking it out of bounds like that. Give Roncalli good field position here.
So went out of bounds just across the 50-yard line. So yes, it will be good field position here for the Cavaliers as they set up shop with 6:13 left to play. Want to say thank you to the City of Volga, Carey's Landscaping and Irrigation, Manny Langstrat for Brookings County Sheriff, and Bankstar Financial for their support of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. So the Cavaliers will take over at midfield for the 1st and 10. 50 yards to go to the end zone. But before they can get a snap off, timeout called by Sioux Valley. As I look over the roster that is out there, most of those are reserve players, so teaching moment here probably. Might not have lined up in the right formation and things like that. That's things you can work on here in varsity game time when you're up 30-6.
Oh, absolutely, and it's nice being able to get some of the younger guys out there, get some reps in, and just get to play a little bit of football. Yeah, you know, you're playing at a pretty high level here at Sioux Valley, and that not too often. You're playing against normally very good competition in that. And Roncalli had a couple things just not fall their way in that tonight, but I mean, just being able to get the younger guys out there, get some playing time, that's nice for them.
Yeah, it's invaluable experience. And reading some stories from Aberdeen media that cover Roncalli, Billy Young kind of said that, the head coach of Roncalli from last year, where they had so many injuries, it was valuable to get those younger players some playing time and get them ready to actually take over the mantle in this year and the years to come.
Yeah, you get that opportunity for those young guys to get those reps and learn and probably find mistakes that they have in their game, and now they're able to work on those mistakes and get better as players.
So the Cavaliers are ready to come out now. The reserves in for them as well. Asher Keller, the quarterback, as he runs it up the middle. Not much doing there, as it's going to be 2nd and 10 after the no gain on that run play.
And once again, I mean, even the backups in the D-line just standing firm for Sioux Valley. The patented spin as well is working there for the Cavaliers backup as well.
So clock ticks down to 5.5 minutes remaining in the 4th quarter. 30-6 is our score. Clock continues to run as Roncalli is in the huddle. They break it apart here. And Asher Keller will walk up to his position in shotgun. Snap, spins around, and he rolls out towards his right. He gets away from the pressure, throws it down the field. That was a low throw. I'm not sure if he caught it. Will be incomplete, it looks like. So 3rd down and 10 coming up from the 50.
Nice job of escaping pressure, and almost made one heck of a throw downfield, just out of the hands of his receiver.
3rd down and 10 coming up for the Cavaliers. Reserves in on both sides with 5:06 remaining in the 4th in a 30-6 ball game. Past 10:30 here in the Central Time Zone. Keller spinning around. He hands it off to Landon Schmidt. He tries to angle on the far side of the field to get something going, but gets hit right at the 50 again, and will be 4th down and 10. And now Cavalier down. He's obvious pain. As the coach and trainer come out to talk to him, the team huddles around. Spins around and looks like he's trying to get up here. Cash Kessler, the sophomore offensive lineman. So he is able to get up. And he will walk off the field.
Good
now
to
the punt
see.
formation coming. Under 5 to play in the 4th. 30-6 is the score. Back to receive for Sioux Valley. It's going to be Cooper Teskey. Punt is away. It bounces at the 25 and then rolls down to the 17 or 18 yard line where
Sioux Valley will take over 1st and 10 with 4
Austin Fisher, starting quarterback, picks it up.
That was a nice nice punt there by the Cavaliers, and that not too often you don't really get some nice like kicks and punts in that in this high school level and that. So that was a nice punt.
Yeah, absolutely. Want to say thank you to Bankstar Financial, the Valley Restaurant, Cub Construction, and the Owl Lodge for their support of high school sports here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. So Sioux Valley will take the ball back. It is going to be at the 18-yard line, a 1st down and 10, with 4 minutes, 33 seconds remaining here late on a Friday. Snap to Mo and the push over on the near side. He angles out and he's got some room to work with. Down the near sideline and he's going to be gone. That's Trey Wyman. 5 touchdown for Wyman and the Cossacks. 1 play. And an 82-yard touchdown run for Trey Wyman. And there's a flag back at the 25.
It's pretty much kind of seems like it summed up the second half for the Cossacks. Huge run brought back by unforced error.
Just some good cardio for the team.
Pretty much. I mean,
he gets to run down the field and run all the way right back. And they may be running in practice this next week for all these penalties.
No kidding. Lyman, unfortunately, he got his would have been his 2nd touchdown of the night wiped off his stat sheet. So it's gonna kind of suck for him to look at, knowing that he probably would have had almost an 80-yard or an 82-yard touchdown run.
Hey, at least we know the kid can play.
Exactly. Exactly.
He can run it if he gets into the open field. That's for sure. 4 minutes, 20 seconds remaining in the 4th. So that will back them up from the 18 to the 14, is what the scoreboard says. It'd just be a 5-yard penalty. A run up the middle, that one doesn't go nearly as far. It's stopped pretty much right at the line of scrimmage. He maybe got a gain of a yard or 2. But 2nd down and long coming up. Yeah, 2-yard gain, so 2nd and 13 from the 15. So both teams out of their huddle now. Single receiver on either side of the formation for the Cossacks. Backup quarterback Brendan Moe in. And a flag flies into the middle of the offensive line and a false start on Sioux Valley. So yeah, it's going to be a good win for Sioux Valley, but maybe a teaching point on some of these penalties that not just the reserve team have been having. There were some penalties from the starters as well.
Absolutely. I mean, you got to kind of knock off that rust and have had a really fantastic game, but obviously there's some miscues and that have piled up here in the second half that coaching staff's most likely going to look at.
Mo sends the ball down the field. It's going to be just in front of the receiver, Jamison Tanderup.
A little too much on that. Just didn't get enough loft on that. Just kind of a bullet pass right over his head. Just out of reach.
Yeah. And coaches will say there's always things that you can take away from a win that you can always improve on. That's what good teams do. They improve on those mistakes that they find inside of a win like this one.
Oh, absolutely.
And continuously get better.
Absolutely. I think Cossacks have done a lot well. I mean, the coaches, when they look back on film, they're going to be very pleased with their team. But it's kind of nice you're able to focus on those mistakes and that you kind of made, that even though you had a fantastic win, you're able to kind of poke at now.
It's a run on the far side. He gets past the 20-yard line before he's forced out of bounds. We're under 3 left to play here in the fourth quarter. So it's going to be 4th down for Sioux Valley. 4th and 6. Ball spotted probably around the 24-yard line. Again, it's hard to see. I mean, at this point, there are yard lines that are not there anymore because of the rain.
Especially the anywhere between the 20 and the 30.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, I cannot see the 10, 15, 20, 25 is completely gone, 30 or 35-yard lines. Run up the middle. Going to be enough for the first down as they convert that 4th down. It's past the 30-yard line.
That's another Cossack.
Just another fantastic push by this offensive line for the Cossacks to be able to get down, and convert that 4th and long like that on a run straight up the middle.
And it extends the drive, but more importantly allows them to basically run this thing out as we're down to 2 minutes remaining in the quarter. 4 more runs, if they take the time in between the plays, would essentially do it. So the snap is going to be a handoff. Again, Wyman up the near side, past the 30, and he's brought down near the 25. Yeah, he can run. He can run.
Wyman's going to be tired tonight. Oh, my goodness. 2 huge runs. And
that one counts.
Yes, it does. It does. There's finally not a holding call to bringing it back. And, oh, my goodness. That's got to feel nice. But I think you'd prefer that 82-yard touchdown run instead. But nonetheless, another fantastic run by him.
I'd probably prefer that too. Down to 70 seconds remaining in the 4th. It's 30-6. Sioux Valley with the big lead. Brendan Moe, backup quarterback, standing at the 30-yard line, has to jump to grab the snap. He hands it off to the running back Tyson Norgard before he's pushed back after getting that initial forward progress. So a few yards gained on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 8 from the Cavalier 23, down to 40 seconds left to play in the game now.
He did not want to go down either.
So the clock continues to run, under half a minute left to play. 30-6 is the score. Can Sioux Valley tack one more on? There's now 3rd-string quarterback in there, Parker Top, the freshman. The snap, not able to corral it. In fact, it went down to the ground. And that will run out the rest of the time on the clock. So the final score here today, week 1. Sioux Valley, despite the weather delay, despite the rainy field, gets the win 30-6 here on Parents' Night in the home opener. So again, that final score 30-6. We will step aside for 4 minutes. Ska on the other side will wrap this thing up, let you know what to look forward to next week. And again, Sioux Valley starting off the year 1-0, 30-6. They win it over Aberdeen Roncalli. We'll be back in 4 minutes. This is Sioux Valley football on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.
Landscaping is the area leader in quality landscaping and irrigation since 1995. With decades of service, years of knowledge,
For weddings, family reunions, retreats, team
a
gatherings.
growing, educated team, you can count on Carey's Landscaping and Irrigation for all your outdoor projects. From residential and commercial irrigation and landscaping to turf
And stay a while. So this football season, cheer for your
erosion control and even snow removal. Carey's Landscaping
big gathering.
Here at Cook
Irrigation is the name to trust. 692-1605 to get a quote today.
We offer residential.
Looking for more ways to save money? Aren't we all? Jenny here. Shop your local Big Deals online store. You'll find gifts.
We will deliver and pick up at your convenience. For more information, go to cookswaste.com.
Tickets to all kinds of local businesses, places where you already shop, restaurants you already love, and great entertainment. The best part, all of these gift certificates are on sale at discounted prices. Get them for yourself or buy them as a
Sioux
gift.
Veterinary Care is proud to support Bobcat and Cossack athletics and
Shop
fine
and
arts.
save.
Proudly
You'll be
serving
glad you
Brookings
did.
County for
Shop
over 30
BR,
years.
Brookings
Find
Radio
ourselves
Big
in the
Deals. Go to
best care
brookingsradio.com
available
or
to
down
patients and clients alike. With a team of 7 doctors combining from
the
more
app
than
and search for
120
Brookings
years of
SD.
experience, Big Sioux takes a team approach in providing an unrivaled combination of modern medicine and compassionate care.
Imagine this.
We invite you to
You
stay
finally
with
get the
your
kids
pet at
packed
either
up
of
in
our
the
2
car and
locations
you
in
take off
Brookings
on your way to the
experience
game.
the difference of
Then
Big
one of
Sioux
your kids
Veterinary
says
Care.
that he forgot his water bottle.
Carries landscaping and irrigation.
And your other kid says that it's her turn to bring the treats after the game. Don't get your underwear in a bunch and stop at the Valley Mart in Volga. They have a large selection of drinks and snacks. The Valley Mart is 24-hour gas pumps and grab-and-go food. Stop by the Valley Mart for all your last-minute. The Valley Mart wishes the Sioux Valley Cossacks, all sports teams, good luck this season.
Call 692-1605 to get a quote today.
A word about tree specialists.
I'm Hay.
Proud supporter of Sioux Valley Athletics. Think Cub
Hear about your tree?
Before you hire anyone with a chainsaw, ask to know the difference between a Blake's hitch and a
Remember Cub Construction for residential, agricultural,
hitch.
Or between trimming and pruning?
Can they treat diseased shrubs and trees?
Can they climb without spikes or trim around power lines?
Do they carry insurance? Glacier
7. Cub Construction of Volga.
Lakes Tree Service, your local arborists are
Lance Trucking
experts
supports
in tree
athletes
removal.
and students of the fine arts at Sioux Valley Schools. Lance Trucking is
Maintenance
locally
and
owned and is
arboriculture.
located on
Visit
Industrial Drive in Volga.
GlacierLakesTreeService.com
Lance and
to
the
learn
crew at
more.
Lance Trucking Inc. is
From your
wishing Sioux
everyday
Valley
tire-
athletes good luck this year. Go Big Blue, go Cossack.
To your farm and commercial rubber tracks, WW Tire is a place for it all. Their mechanics come highly qualified on numerous makes and models to get you back on the road and on
We all know our Grandpa Terry loves all things
next
sport.
big game. Find the right tire and auto service at WW Tire, just off I-29.
Accidents can happen.
So make sure to go see my
Highway
Grandpa
14 in
Terry at
Brookings.
Anderson.
Browse their
Insurance.
tire, book your routine auto maintenance at www.tireservice.com or call 696-7400.
692-4722.
WW Tire Service, getting you back the road to your next tournament.
Every team needs a strong leader.
The Sioux Valley School District
Someone who
is
knows the
striving
game
for school
plan,
and
prepares
students.
for the
goal is to
challenge,
provide
and
a
never
quality
quits when the
education
pressure's
and a
on.
healthy and safe learning atmosphere. With a current enrollment of 750
Brookings County deserves
students,
that
the
same kind of
curriculum is
leadership.
up-to-date
This
with
is Manny
technologies
Langstrat,
current
and I'm
for
running
all
for Brookings
students
County
having a
Sheriff.
one-to-one
I will bring
environment with
teamwork,
access to a
commitment,
thriving before and after school program. District facilities
winning
are
attitude
exceptional
to the
with a
sheriff's
newly
office.
constructed elementary
When it's time to make the call, you want someone as your sheriff that puts the community first and everything he's got. That's me, Manny Langstrat, the right leader for
Sioux Valley
Brookings
Board
County.
of Education and Administration would like to thank all patrons for their
Paid
support.
for
Good
by
luck,
Manny
Cossacks.
Langstrat for Brookings County Sheriff.
Final score here tonight, 30-6, as the Cossacks start off the season 1-0 with a win over Aberdeen Roncalli here in Week 1 tonight. Let's go ahead and dive in, as this is Sioux Valley football presented by Cubby's Sports Bar and Grill. Let's say thanks to a few more of our sponsors like Right Angle Construction, Midland Contracting, Lance Trucking, Anderson Insurance, and Cook's Waste Paper. Thank you for their support. Please support them as well, because without them we would not be able to bring you coverage of these local athletes here. Mostly every game in the state has gone final. The only one that I can see that is still going on is out West River in the Mountain Time Zone. That is second-ranked Wall taking on Bennett County in Bennett County, and that one currently 32-26 with 4 minutes left in the fourth. So we're almost pretty much on par with the West River games here this evening after those rain delays. But let's just quickly run through the scores from around the area, starting off with 11B. Fourth-ranked Dual takes down Parker Marion 22-6. Clark Willow Lake again making a deep run in the playoffs last year, 35-8 over Flandreau, the final score here in Week 1. In 9AA, Esteline Hendricks takes down Florence Henry 48-8 in Esteline. In 9A, third-ranked Elkton Lake Benton beats Canastota 28-0. And in 9B, top-ranked Del Rapids St. Mary takes it to Dubrook area 58-6. Fifth-ranked Coleman Egan beats Oldham Ramona Rutland 34-14. And Woolsey Wessington takes down Arlington 14-6. Those final scores here tonight in week 1 of the South Dakota high school football season. The other 11-man classes, 11A, 11AA, and 11 AAA, not playing yet this week, but the Bobcats, the Brookings Bobcats, will be in action next week in Mitchell against the Colonels, a 7 p.m. kickoff on K-Country 102.3 for that game next week. Next week we will have the second home game for Sioux Valley against Clark Willow Lake. I mentioned they made a deep run in the playoffs last year, and actually these two teams got to play each other twice last season in the regular season due to a scheduling quirk with Sisseton playing a JV-only schedule last year. These two teams were like, well, we both need an extra game. Let's just play each other twice, one there, one here. So that one will be a good one, a very familiar foe in Clark Willow Lake, always a fun game for that one. But here tonight, the final score, 30-6. It's time now to name our Valley Mart player of the game. The Valley Mart in Volga, located right across from the soybean processing plant. They sponsor our player of the game, and each player of the game also receives a t-shirt courtesy of Outlaw Graphics. They produce signs, banners, vehicle graphics, apparel, and promotional items of all kinds. They provide solutions that stick. Outlaw Graphics is your trusted source for custom signs and graphics since 1994, celebrating 30 years. Contact Outlaw Graphics at 605-692-9857, or you can email them at info@teamoutlaw.com. And I think we're pretty much in consensus. We didn't talk about this other than for during the game, but Wyatt Hart. Right?
Absolutely.
I mean,
Absolutely.
you could go ahead and talk a little bit about what you saw from him tonight.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Wyatt Hart was pretty much all over the field offensively. I'm sure he made quite a few plays defensively too, but I mean, just his ability tonight of his change of direction and just extending plays beyond, there were so many plays where I thought he would stop short in the backfield or for a short gain, and he goes for another 10, 5. I mean, it was just incredible to watch, and multiple touchdowns on tonight too. I mean, just a fantastic outing for the senior, and I would probably say Logan Moen's probably would be second behind him, but absolutely Wyatt Hart walks away with this pretty easily, I would say.
Yep, Valley Mart player of the game here today, Wyatt Hart, sponsored by the Valley Mart. They have gas, diesel, DEF at the pump, grab-and-go food, homemade pizzas, fishing bait, snacks, and drinks. Located across from the soybean processing plant, the Valley Mart in Volga sponsors our player of the game. So again, the final score here tonight, 30-6. Sioux Valley gets off on the right foot in the 2026 season and takes down Aberdeen Roncalli here in week 1. For Mitchell Brew and Jordan Miner and Drew Schnabel back in the Brookings Radio Sports Network studio, I want to thank you all for listening. As I mentioned, we will have next week's game here on the Brookings Radio Sports Network. Clark Willow Lake coming to Volga in week 2. We will have that one for you on B93.7 in the Brookings area on your radio dial. Also streaming on brookingsradio.com. The Brookings Radio Sports YouTube channel as well. We will have it on there, and the Sioux Valley School District YouTube page as well for all of your different ways of viewing this game and hearing our broadcast for that. Well, Mitchell, it's been fun. Glad to have you along for the ride here today. May do this again sometime.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you for letting me come up here and do this. I mean, get to knock off the rust a little bit for my upcoming season for Chester, and absolutely, if there's a scheduling opening, I would love to come and do this again. Braden, thank you so much. It's been an honor.
Yep. Once again, the final score 30-6 from all of us here at Brookings Radio. Thank you for listening. We'll be back next week. Until then, have a good night on the Brookings Radio Sports Network.